It's party time in Paraguay. These are the scenes from Asunción as Paraguay get it done against the four-time champions Germany in the round of 32 here in the World Cup. A night they will never, ever forget. Paraguay win on penalty kicks as we say hello and welcome you into our ESPN FC studios. My name is Kevin Egan, honoured to be alongside former Scotland and France internationals Don Hutchison and
Nine Germany,
Leboeuf.
9!
Wow. What did we just witness?
What a story.
Unbelievable. This was not the upset I had here in the round of 32. What about you guys?
I think everyone who'd done a bracket in ESPN the last 2 days, it's been ruined.
Yeah.
Smashed to bits. Everyone had Germany going through.
Though, as a French guy, I'm quite happy. I want to play against the Germans, and see maybe another game against Paraguay. In '98, it was very hard, but I guess it's going to be as harder as it has been, with the defensive aspect of that team.
This was the side, Paraguay, that the US put 4 past on the opening day. And here they are now advancing to the round of 16. They had 25% of the ball. They were a defensive-minded team. Remember, this side only conceded 10 goals in 18 CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying games, Paraguay. A good defensive team. They showed that today. They got it done. But what will the reaction be like in Germany? Because this is desperately disappointing, especially considering they fell short and fell out of the group stages in the last 2 World Cups.
Well, look at that. They're going to play France or Sweden. So Paraguay can kick back now and say to France or Sweden, what are you two are playing us? But it'll be catastrophic, I would imagine, for Julian Nagelsmann losing that game the way they did. As much as we're going to criticise Germany, and rightly so, you have to give Paraguay a bit of love and a bit of credit. They were coached well, they set up well, they ran hard, they fought hard, they tried their best, they put their body on the line. The goalkeeper in the penalty shootout and in real time was magnificent. But from a German point of view, it's a disaster.
Well, it's a disaster for Germany because they didn't offer anything, and they should have stepped up and more than only getting the ball, having possession of the ball, trying something and change the pace. Second gear, we didn't see that. And for Paraguay, we're not surprised. We saw them playing, and for many years now, many decades, that we know that defensively they're very good, but they don't create anything. That was kind of a boring game. I'm very sorry, I have to say that. Good for Paraguay in a neutral point of view. Very happy for them, but that wasn't a
the
very
best scenario
game.
Happened for Paraguay. They scored first.
Yes, exactly.
That is the dream if you're Paraguay. If you can say, right, we are going to score first, and you fall right into our trap.
Same against Turkey.
Because we can go deep, and Ciso got the goal, the former Brighton man. Great header it was.
Excellent work by Miguel Almiron as well.
Really good work. And they fought hard, they ran hard, and then obviously you go 1-0 up, and then of course subconsciously you're going to go, right, like we can't keep attacking the Germans, like what we've got to do is get back into shape and let's be hard to beat and let's frustrate. And it was the perfect storm.
Well, we have to talk about the goalkeeper and the goal Taz scored, and he's been disallowed by VAR, where it's a real fragile, let's say, light foul from Anton, I think it is.
Is it a foul for you? The situation was inside the box. Orlando Gil, the goalkeeper for Paraguay, seemed to be checked a little bit, blocked a little bit by Jonathan Tah.
Yeah, it's kind of an obstruction, and but the goalkeeper plays it well when he goes on the floor.
Excuse me, not by Tah, yeah, by Anton.
Yeah, it's Anton, and the goalkeeper goes on the floor, so exaggerates the move and the block. So I'm not saying that it was unfair, but it was a light touch.
Kevin, you always try to find a way. Footballers, right, that's what we do. Like we're kids, we try and problem solve and we try and squeeze the margins. I think it's very, very smart from the goalkeeper. We've seen over the last year or so, especially in the Premier League, where free kicks and corners have all just gone a little bit wild, and you always try and nick a little edge. I think the goalkeeper has been obstructed, but he plays it really well because he hits the floor.
Arsenal wouldn't have won the league, would they?
But that's great from the goalkeeper because he'll feel as though it was a tiny little touch and it might look a bit soft. Having gone down, it's then impacted on him because he can't save the header from Jonathan Tah. So the goalkeeper's been really smart in that situation.
So we can try now and dissect what happened to Germany in this tournament. It struck me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Frank, that Julian Nagelsmann didn't know his best 11 coming into this game. Undav gets the start. Lots of talk in Germany. Legends like Lahm and Matthäus talking about the fact that Kimmich needs to be playing in midfield as opposed to at right back.
Yeah.
It seemed that Nagelsmann got it wrong here in this tournament.
Yes, definitely. Not seeing Musiala as well was a question mark.
Huge.
You know, when you have your best player, it's like Messi not playing for Argentina, Mbappe not playing for France, or Cristiano Ronaldo not playing for Portugal. I mean, that's insane. I was wondering why Musiala was on the bench. But it's true that they have to stop with Kimmich. Kimmich said it very loudly that he's a midfielder. He's not a right back, and they have to stop putting him on the right side, and Philippe Lam was a great right back. Explained that, and you rightly so. You mentioned him. There were so many mistakes, so many names who shouldn't have been on the field, where some others were on the bench. So Nagelsmann can say bye-bye, I think, to the national team. He's going to be resigned or sacked. But according to what we have seen since the beginning of the World Cup, it's only fair.
It's almost like he shoehorned Kimmich into the team at right back, because he said, I like Pavlovic, I like Mecha.
Yeah.
They can get around the pitch, so we're going to have to play you somewhere. I know, let's play him right back.
Crazy for a player of his
calibre. It's not his best position. He's a better midfield player than Pavlovic. Mecha's game is getting up and down and getting in the faces and stopping the opposition. As soon as that change was made, when Anton went at right back and Kimmich went into midfield, they started to dominate the ball. They looked comfortable and they played better. Musiala was the big difference. I know he's had an injury and he's taken a little bit of time to get up to speed, but he's a must for me over Leroy Sané.
The tactic in football is very important, and now, especially nowadays. But I'm going to make a statement and be a little bit maybe too much for certain people. But we have to stop having nerds, dictating the football. I tell you, with all due respect, and it's not only for Nagelsmann, but for many others. Where we think too much the football. Where it's 11 against 11, and you have a football in the middle, and you can think a little bit of it, but it's intuitive. It's what makes that game so beautiful. It's that players themselves dictate the game according to what they feel. And nowadays, it's like we give them I would say basketball, for example. We play the fourth, we play the fifth, action, whatever you work technically. We have to stop that. We don't enjoy watching games because we think too much the game. And players are able to think about and adjust to the situation. We don't allow them to adjust to the situation.
Do Nagelsmann's team have simply too much credit in the bank? Should we not just analyse the team that we see, which absolutely underwhelmed, as opposed to talking about them as the four-time World Cup champion and the big billing that we often give Germany, Don? Because they were not a much superior side to Paraguay today, even though I had a lot of the ball.
Yeah, no, they weren't slick, were they? They weren't a German side where... It's a little bit like Brazil, and we'll get into Brazil. It's a little bit like they've lost that aura, Germany. They've lost it a little bit. And maybe they've gone... Maybe they've looked at others, and maybe they've looked at teams in the Premier League and thought, well, we need to have athletes. And that's the way the game, they might think, is the way to go. It's not. It's you get your best players. It doesn't matter the size of them. If you're 5 foot and you're the best player, you play them. Musiala's an unbelievable player. He has to be in that team. So I think Frank's right. I think Nagelsmann's a coach that loves to micro-analyse everything, and he looks at the data. There's no manual in this game. I've got a boy that's trying to make it in the game, and there's no manual. I can't tell you where to be on the pitch on 44 minutes, nor an hour. You've got to feel it. You've got to understand the emotion. You've got to be technically aware, but also you've got to have the mindset to change and to problem solve. Problem solve in sport, whether you're watching tennis, whether you're watching all the elite sports, if you've got the ability to problem solve and overcome the opposition, that is the best skill in the world.
It's hard to quantify as well.
Yeah.
And we have to talk about the penalty shootout. I mean, I got crazy. I was a penalty shooter, and really...
What was your record, Frank?
He's told us a million times. Come on, Frank, what is it?
Just I pretend to listen to look for it. I think I shot 56 penalties and missed only 4.
Savage. You're a savage, Frank.
But I can't even do the maths on that.
The thing is...
What's the percentage? Help me.
I was talking about the...
Low 90s.
No, but we are talking about the too much thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
Every penalty miss is because players were playing with the goalkeeper. Stop thinking that. Just think that the goalkeeper doesn't exist. Pick a side, shoot strong on the floor. I tell you, 99% of the time you're gonna score the goal because you don't play. They look stupid on top of it.
You were visibly frustrated in the green room. I was watching you, Frank.
God,
when Havertz was taking his kick, if you had hair, you would have been pulling it out.
You know, like that absolutely French, fantastic guy for set pieces for Arsenal. Sorry, I forgot the name.
Yeah.
Who made Arsenal winning the Premier League on top of the skill of Arteta. But I can become, somebody for the penalty shootout. Hire me, and I can tell you, nobody's going to miss a penalty because they're not going to think about playing against the goalkeeper. It's so wide.
I had a coach many years ago, and we were talking about this subject, and he said to me, can you pass the ball 12 yards to a teammate? And he went, how many times can you do it 12 yards? I went, 1,000 out of 1,000. The fact when you put it on the penalty spot, them numbers and the mentality of taking a penalty, because every one of the Germans, and I would imagine Waldemar, and especially Kai Havertz, I was watching them. No, they're not. No, it's pressure. You can't underestimate, because Waldemar scored a penalty for Newcastle, which is pretty iconic. Didn't even look, whipped it top left. And I was watching him thinking, you go top left or you go bottom left every time, 9 times out of 10. And what happens in a penalty shootout is you second guess yourself and you think, right, I'm going left. Oh, the goalkeeper might read me. I might change my mind. And he changed his mind. That is the nightmare for a penalty taker.
Yeah, but when you think too much, again, I mean, we don't have to be stupid, because that's not a sport for stupid people, but you have to stop thinking when you are in the action, because it's like a pianist. If he thinks about what he has to do, he won't be able to do it because it goes too fast. So you know your game, you know what you have to do, and when you shoot a penalty, you know the size you're going to go, you know where you have to put it, and the goalkeeper won't get it. It's impossible.
Do you have sympathy? Because I do. Because of the pressure.
Of course.
I don't have sympathy for somebody who's missing with, some runs, some stop, I look at the goalkeeper, he doesn't.
That doesn't have a pulse.
Too late.
It doesn't.
Too late.
That's why he scored 156. That's why he scored. I've got sympathy, because that is... It's bottle in the World Cup.
You said earlier maybe they've lost a little bit of that aura. Germany had never lost a penalty shootout in World Cup history. They were 4 for 4. It was always death, taxes, and Germany winning on penalty shootouts. 2014, they won the World Cup. Since then, Germany's record at the grandest stage, the World Cup, has been absolutely shambolic. Not what we'd expect from Germany. And 2014, when they won it, obviously Schweinsteiger. They had great players, Philipp Lahm, Thomas Müller. Look at the records since then, Don.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have that fantastic sentence from Gary Lineker saying that football is 11 against 11, and at the end Germans win
on pens.
And that doesn't work anymore, and that's insane. Well, we see Italy as well, so the world had changed, and at some point, and it happened to France in the 90s before winning that World Cup, where we didn't qualify in the 90s in Italy, in 94 in the United States, and we had to change our mentality. And Germans and Italians, they have to change something and go back to their basics and find a way to come back in a better one.
I tell you what, it was some watch though. When Paraguay missed the last two, and it brought Germany right back into it.
Oh my God,
and it was the moment for Manuel Neuer.
Crazy,
Manuel Neuer, the 40-year-old goalkeeper that was coaxed out of retirement by Nagelsmann to come back and represent Germany, which was a controversial decision, and he certainly wasn't at his best against Ecuador, and he had his moment. He gave his team a chance, Don, to go and win it, and Jonathan Tah couldn't take it.
And that's it, that's bottle. I mean, I don't believe Jonathan Tah hasn't got good technique. I think he has, I've watched him enough. But you put him on the penalty spot just when Germany have got back into it, when Manuel Neuer makes the 2 saves, because Germany were home. 2 minutes earlier, they were gone. And then Paraguay had a sort of brain freeze where they've missed 2, and all of a sudden, their heart rate's going because they're thinking, we've choked, we've bottled this. And then Tah steps up, and it's still travelling now, I think. The ball that he put over the bar it was
Roberto Baggio-esque.
It was a horrendous
I think
pen.
some players... I think some players want to find a nice sleep tonight. They're going to have nightmares.
Will you sleep tonight, though? If you get by Sweden, I'm talking about the French.
No, because I'm going to keep on laughing on some penalties. I'm not going to name names, but I think it's insane, because when I put my feet on the players' boots right now, and some players who miss the penalties, and say how I will react tonight in my bed when I will be alone. That I didn't
score. Frank, forever.
Forever. No, but for the next 3-4 nights, it's going to be a nightmare for Havertz, Waldemar, and Tah. That's going to be insane. How can I miss the net? How can I play against the goalkeeper? Why didn't pick a side? Because you wonder so much why you missed 11 12-yard pass.
But that's what makes elite footballers, because I'll guarantee you, Frank would have done it when you've had great games. We've all had really good games, and when you've played well, but you've made one mistake in your game. I don't know about you, I thought about the one mistake.
Oh, yeah,
because that's what we do. We micro-analyse and think, how to make that silly mistake. So them boys that have missed pens tonight, that is going to take some shaking off for them 3.
Frank, you're a World Cup champion with Leboeuf.
Yeah.
This result today, meaning if France win their game in the round of 32, they'll face Paraguay. Is there any concern now, being French, looking at what Alfaro's side did today?
Yes, I have, because, or there is, because we played in '98 against Paraguay and the famous Chilavert goalkeeper, do you remember? And where they were playing the same way, where they were 100% of the time trying to defend. And they almost did it, and we scored because of Laurent Blanc on the golden goal. At the time, there was a golden goal, and we won after 1 hour, 100 minutes, something like that. But that was insane, because we thought we would go to penalty shootout and they would win, because they psychologically they were in front of us. But it's not going to be easy. France will have to win against Sweden first to respect to the Swedish team. But if they do so and play against Paraguay, they will have to score an early goal. And then Paraguay will have to react.
That's the team talk from Deschamps. I mean, get rid of Sweden first if you can. The team talk's a very simple one when you play against Paraguay. You set them out to start well. You set your team out fast. You go all out to score that first goal. Because if you score one, you'll score 3 or 4.
Like they play against Norway. When they started the game against Norway, it was so unexpected from me. They went for it, and they were exceptional, and they put Norway in their edge.
And Paraguay, I've got to say to France, we are going to keep you at arm's length. We are going to keep you right there, and we are going to frustrate you for 10. They might play the game in minute blocks. So Paraguay might say, right, our first target, 15 minutes, clean sheet. Look at 15, clean sheet. Can we get to half an hour? Clean sheet. If we get there, half-time, clean sheet. And then that's when France might panic. I think they've got too much to panic.
We are here in the United States. The US cruised past Paraguay, 4-1. What does it say about the US when we compare the results here with Germany?
You're saying they're going to win it?
Oh, we knew you would go through that. What do you think?
Does it tell you anything?
No, well, it does tell you. It tells you if you score first, you can beat Paraguay. Of course you can.
I mean, Havertz scored after 54 minutes, so they had plenty of time.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. And by the way, they had chances.
Yeah.
They had a lot of chances to win the game, Germany. But in terms of Paraguay, what you have to do, as I said before, you score first. You can't allow Paraguay, if you're France or Sweden, you can't allow to say, right, they're going to keep a clean sheet for half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, because then it's panic stations, and then you second-guess yourself. If you score first against this side, I don't think they've got enough goals in them. If France score 1, they've got to score 2, Captain Obvious stuff. I'm not so sure they've got it in the locker.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing is, in contrary with what we saw today with Germany, where they kept one gear and in one pace, the United States were capable of putting the second gear and changing the pace of the game. It's why they won that game, because they put the defense in danger, because they had to react.
And Deschamps can go, OK, off the bench, Barcola.
Yeah.
Can you come off the bench?
Yeah, we have some good players on the bench.
Cherky, can you come off the bench? Serious.
Is this? We've had some great ones. So, I mean, Cape Verde, a draw against Spain, qualifying for. Is this the biggest upset of the tournament so far?
I'd probably say Cape Verde's draw against Spain, because I think many people tipped Spain to win it.
Yeah, but it doesn't engage the fact that you are out of the competition. The upset.
It's knocked out the Germans.
Yeah, the Germans.
I know. I might be being. I'm just thinking, if you stick it into context, you go, they've just beat Germany, amazing on pens, amazing. But for Cape Verde, first ever World Cup, take points off Spain.
But Brazil, got scared as well too. So it's hard. It's a World Cup game. It's never easy. It's never going to get easy, because it's the last 32. Then after it's going to be the last 16. Then after the quarterfinal, it's always going to be hard, because players want to fight for their lives. They want to give 100%. It's what Paraguay players did today, and they got what they were looking for. So it's going to be the same for United States next game. France against Sweden, France against Paraguay. You will have to give 100%, otherwise you're going to be kicked out.
I tell you what it is. It's a lesson to all the bigger nations. You can't take this World Cup for granted.
Big time.
You've got to make sure you do your homework and perform. And
you mentioned Brazil. You've got a spicy take on Brazil. Don't miss it. We're coming up later on ESPN FC. We're live on ESPN Plus. Later on, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN 2 as well. So do join us for that. It's Frank, it's Don, it's me, Kev. We'll see you then, folks. Take care.